Yo, what's good everyone? Welcome back to ACS Sneakers. My name is Aiden. On today's video, we are taking a look back at my top 10 favourite Jordan releases for all of 2020. Now, before we get into that, I just want to say a huge thank you to my returning viewers. Thank you as always for supporting me and the channel. At the time of recording, we're about 16 subscribers away from 1,000, which is just absolutely incredible. And I really can't thank you guys enough for all of your support. To any new viewers, welcome to the channel. We do release brand new sneaker content just like this each and every week. So do make sure to smash that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you never miss a video. And without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into the intro.
Ho, 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 ho.
Merry Christmas!
And kicking us off at number 10, we have the Air Jordan 5 Off-White in the sale colourway. Now, at first, I wasn't actually sure whether I was going to go with the original Off-White 5 or the sale colourway that eventually made the list. But for me personally, I do feel that the sale colourway just about edges it. And I personally am a huge fan of this colourway. When it did release, I did everything possible trying to add it to my collection. Unfortunately, I wasn't successful, but it's definitely a shoe that left a lasting impression on me. And it's almost like the one that got away for this year. I am a massive fan of the overall colour blocking on the shoe. I think the deconstructed look looks incredible on this colourway, and that little hole on the tongue is the major selling point for me. Hopefully somewhere down the line I am able to add into my collection. It's just one of those shoes I just have to have. And at number 9 on our list we have the Air Jordan 6 DMP that released earlier on this year. Now, I actually had that shoe in my possession for a very brief period of time, and when it came to me, I don't really feel like I appreciated how good the shoe actually was when I had it in my possession. I was very much new to my time on YouTube, and I was trying to stay as liquid as I could be with my cash, just to make sure that, I was able to get the next release for the next review. And it's definitely one of those shoes that I regret letting go. It's an incredible shoe in my opinion. This is the second time we've seen the Jordan 6 release as part of a DMP pack. Originally, it did release alongside a Jordan 11. However, on this occasion, it did release solely just as a Jordan 6 model. I'm a huge fan of the colourway. It's so easy to wear, the materials are fantastic, and it's definitely a shoe that I wish I would have kept in my collection. And at number 8 on our list, we have the Air Jordan 1 High in the smoke grey colourway. Now, when this shoe actually released earlier on this year, it wasn't really on my radar, and it really wasn't a shoe that I wanted to add into my collection. Like I do with every single Jordan release, I enter the raffle with the hopes and intention of getting the shoe for a review, but unfortunately, it was a really sought after pair, and I didn't actually manage to get my pair. Having seen lots of people throwing them on feet on Instagram and seeing quite a few reviews on YouTube, I am so gutted that I didn't get that shoe for my collection. I love the colour blocking, the hit of red and the red laces that you get, I think looks absolutely incredible, and it's definitely going to be a Jordan 1 that I will have in the collection at some point. For me, it's definitely up there as one of the best Jordan 1s of the year. And at number 7 on our list, we have the Air Jordan 3 UNC. But originally, when I was writing up my list, it was going to be the Air Jordan 3 Fragment. Unfortunately, I have been seeing some pictures on Instagram where the heel tab on the fragments has already started to yellow. So I ripped that out the list and added in the UNC, which in my opinion is one of the best Jordan 3 colorways of the entire year. Personally, when it did release, it kind of just slipped me by, and it wasn't really something I was really paying too much attention to. I really do love the UNC colorway on any Jordan model, but the 3 is one of my favourite silhouettes, and it is one I kind of wish I would have grabbed at the time. It's definitely up there for me as one of the best Jordan 3s of the entire year. And at number 6 on our list, we have the Air Jordan 5 in the fire red colorway. Once again, this shoe came to me very early on in my time on YouTube, and it was one of my very first pair of Jordans in my collection, and I feel like at that time I really hadn't had too many other shoes of a very similar quality, and I feel like I judged it far too harshly. I, pretty much ripped apart how bad the materials were. I was very disrespectful to the colourway personally, and I really wish that I could, have that shoe in my collection now to be able to bring you an updated video. Now I know more about, shoes in general and more about the fire red. It's an iconic colourway, it deserves more respect from me. It's definitely one of the shoes I regret letting go of, like the DMP. And for me, with this being the year of the Jordan 5, it is an incredible colourway. Probably something we're not going to see again for another decade. So it's probably one of my biggest regrets on this entire list. And at number 5 on our list, we have the Air Jordan 13 in the Flint colourway. Now, to my dear ones who have been with me since the very beginning, you guys know how excited I was to get the Air Jordan 13 model, and especially the Flint colourway. For me, this is definitely up there as one of my favourite Jordans of the entire year. I was gassed to get it. We've covered it on this channel on quite a few different videos, most recently on my top 5 pickups for 2020, as well as my top 5 lockdown pickups, which I posted over on my Instagram page. For me personally, the Jordan 13 model is such a comfortable model to wear. The Flint 13 colourway is my favourite 13 colourway of all time. This is the first time we've seen this particular colourway since 2010. I'm hoping it's not another decade until we get a re-release on this. I'm considering actually doubling up because this has to be one of my favourite releases of the entire year. And next up on our list we have the Air Jordan 1 in the dark mocha colourway, which at the time of recording hasn't even released in the UK as yet. It is currently scheduled to release on Saturday of this week, and I personally have done everything possible to try and grab myself a pair. I'm in every single raffle, I've entered all my reservations, and if I'm successful for my reservations, I will be bringing you guys a pickup vlog, so fingers crossed I'm able to get my pair. But for me personally, I don't care what anybody says, this is no way a poor man's Travis Scott. In my opinion, this is better than the Travis Scott. I prefer the black toes, and I genuinely think it is one of the best Jordan 1 colourways that we've not only seen for this year, but in the past couple of years as well. I'm really hoping to add it into the collection. I'm really hoping to bring you guys a review, and this for me has to be up there as one of the best releases of the entire year. And at number 3 on our list, we have the Air Jordan 11 Jubilee, releasing to celebrate 25 years of the Air Jordan 11 silhouette. Now, quick spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't already seen my top 5 pickups for 2020. This is my number 1 pickup for my entire collection. Personally, I was really blown away by this colourway. Seeing it in hand and all the really subtle details that they've added to this particular colourway, I just think it's absolutely incredible. It looks fantastic on feet, and I do believe it's going to be one of those shoes that you see steadily rising in terms of resale price as people start to get their pairs in hand, enjoy them, and then want to get another pair down the road. It's definitely one of those pairs for me. This colourway isn't going to release again in a couple of years' time. This is specific for the 25th anniversary, and that added such special value to the shoe. I just had to have it, and I'm super glad to have it in my collection. And at number 2 on our list, we have the Air Jordan 4 in the fire red colourway. Now, for anyone who saw my last video, we went through the details of the QC issues on my personal pair, which unfortunately isn't ideal, but a lot of people had very similar issues, and a lot of people actually had worse issues than I did. So with that said, I'm really appreciative to have this colourway in hand. It is just such an iconic colourway on an iconic silhouette, and I personally am just really glad to have one in my collection. We never know when this will release again, so it's one I'm going to personally treasure for a very long time. When it does re-release, hopefully I will get a better version of the shoe, and I'm so glad to have it in my collection. And last but by no means least, we have reached number 1 for my top 10 Jordan releases for all of 2020. There were so many releases that could have potentially had number 1 spot, like the Air Jordan 1 Dior, the Jordan 4 Off-White, but for me personally, my favourite release for all of 2020 is the Air Jordan 1 85 in the Varsity Red colourway. This happens to be the closest representation of Michael Jordan's 1985 Air Jordan 1, and for me personally, I'm trying to build up a collection that adds something a little bit different and actually has some actual historical value to it, and this would be a pair that I would definitely treasure and would love to have in the collection. Hopefully somewhere down the line I can add it into my personal collection because it is such an iconic pair, and I actually feel like with everything that we've had this year, it is slightly overlooked in some ways. The resale price is incredibly high, as I'm sure you can appreciate, but I'm not entirely sure with every other major release we've had this year, whether it has, been fully appreciated. But that for me is my top 10, Jordan releases for all of 2020. I'd love to know what your guys are as well, so do make sure to leave me a comment in the comment section below. And if you've stuck around to this point in the video, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification so you never miss a video, and I hope to see you again in the next one.